All right, in 2026, we need to stop texting passwords. In today's world, passwords getting breached happens more and more often. So I'm gonna show you why a tool like 1Password doesn't complicate your life, but actually simplifies your life with surprisingly delightful software. I've been using 1Password now for 3+ years, so I'm gonna share with you all my favorite and not so favorite parts of the tool. That way you can choose the best tool for yourself, especially if you are considering other options like Apple's password manager or Google's or Dropbox or NordPass or any of the other tools out there. Let's get into it. Now, as we get into the video, I have partnered with 1Password to get you an exclusive offer for my audience. Click that first link down below in the description to get started with 1Password today. Plus, the more people who use the link, I'll reach out to the brand and get you an even better deal. So make sure you use that link down below if you do decide to get started with 1Password. So 1Password is a password manager, but to think of it as a tool that basically just saves all your passwords for you like a note in your phone, it would undersell it completely. And that's why over 180,000 businesses and families trust 1Password, not just for their passwords, but also credit card numbers, medical records, you could have secure notes, and a lot more. Literally anything you need to keep safe and accessible, you could have in 1Password. In some ways, it's a modern version of a lockbox that you would have had in a bank years ago. And as of today, in this filming, with 20+ years in operation, 1Password has never been breached. And that's not luck. That is a very purposeful, enterprise level, and high-grade security system for any of your passwords. And if you want to nerd out on it a little bit, 1Password uses a secret key that never leaves your device. So even if someone got into your 1Password servers, your data is mathematically impossible to decrypt without your secret key and master password. As far as I know, no other password manager does this. And hence the name 1Password. As long as you have access to your 1Password, you have access to everything. Now, let me break down some features that are actually going to matter if you're running a business or you just want to manage all your family accounts. First, let's start with team access. So when I first started out with this tool 3 or 4 years ago, my need was simple. I was sick and tired of texting passwords to my team members. Someone would need a login and they'd have to wait for me to respond while I was maybe in a meeting or doing something else. It was highly inefficient and honestly really unprofessional. At the same time, to avoid this, what we would do is use the same password for everything. And as you know, that gets really complicated because if you have to change it for one tool, well, now you have a unique password for that specific tool, and it just gets really confusing really fast. Once we started with 1Password, I could grant access instantly and then create shared vaults for different teams. And here's the critical part. I could remove access immediately when I needed to. So let me break that down a bit. When it comes to vaults, you could have a vault for example, your communication team or your HR team or your dev team or whatever, and then give people specific access to those vaults. And you could do this with your family account as well. That way, a team could have access to all accounts. But let me tell you a quick story because here's the reality. If you operate any type of team, sometimes you need to let someone go. And sometimes when you let someone go, things do come up that you do want to make sure you protect. Especially if you are hiring a remote team with people from overseas that you may not know or have access to, where there's different laws and a lot of other things to consider. So the first thing we would do is remove them from the accounts inside of 1Password. And this made it so easy to know which accounts we gave access to and how to remove them. And at first, this was just kind of overkill. It was a system that was more powerful than what I needed. But over time, and fortunately, after I had someone actually try to hack into my accounts after this had happened, I removed them and they didn't get access to everything. Why? Because every password was unique and highly complex. Because 1Password generates really great passwords. So they did not get mass access to everything, and I also knew exactly what they had access to make sure I can fix and adjust everything easily. And this takes us to number 2. How do you share passwords when you have a password manager? This is something that 1Password does better than all the competitors, including if you're using something like Apple's password manager, because with their system, you're locked into their ecosystem. You can't easily share one specific login with someone or your team or a family member who doesn't have an Apple device. There's no powerful way to do it. But when I want to share just a single password instantly, I could share it for one look, or I could share it for a few days, up to 30 days, so that they could have access to get into that account, but it is all secure. It's not me texting a login and password via iMessage that could potentially get hacked or seen or whatever. It's literally securely sent to them through 1Password. Now, this may be very practical and useful to you in a lot of different ways, but let me give you one example. As a marketer and someone who helps companies get set up, sometimes I set up some of their accounts or help them get them set up. So what I'll do is I'll create a separate 1Password workspace for them. And then anytime they hire a new team member or something like that, and they say, hey, can you send the logins to this person? I can either share one specific login with them, or I can send them access to the entire vault in literally a second. So no chasing logins or checking old text threads, trying to remember if you did get the email or the login, or if that's the current password or the old password. All of that is chaos. And this is something that I don't think people talk about enough. You could share passwords with people who don't even have a 1Password account. You can't do that with Apple. You can't do it with a lot of these free tools. And a quick feature I do want to highlight is something called travel mode. I've personally never used this, but I think it's worth highlighting. So travel mode lets you mark certain vaults as safe for travel. That means when you cross a border and you enable travel mode on your device, it will temporarily remove all vaults except the one you marked as safe. So why does this matter? Well, let's say customs or border control asks to see your device. They can't access your business credentials, client data, or sensitive information because it's literally not on your device at all. This is next level security. Thank God I don't need something like this, but if I was traveling to a country that I don't necessarily know what could happen, this is amazing. And this is huge for anyone or any business that is traveling international and they have sensitive business information. Now, let me show you how I actually use this in my day-to-day. I'm gonna try to show you the most without showing any private or sensitive information. So it might be a little bit limited, but let's take a look. So here we are on a login page and I wanna log into my Impact account. Well, there's two ways to do this. First, I could hit the keyboard shortcut, which is gonna be Command-Shift-X for me, which is gonna bring up all my accounts. So here I could search for any account, any credit card, any information I have. Now, as you can see on my screen, it has brought up this dialog on my device that allows me to load any password, credit card, any information I want to pull up. As you can see, it's suggesting this website already, so I know exactly what I want to log into. And as you know, you might have client accounts and other things. And so I have multiple accounts and I know exactly which one I want to log into. And as a quick note, you did see this load right away because I already logged in. So basically what happens is the first time you press the shortcut or you open the Chrome extension, it's going to say put in your 1Password. Once you put that in, it'll give you access in to what you're seeing right now. And so here I can just click autofill, which will autofill all the content and automatically log me in. Or alternatively, I could just click into one of the boxes and it'll pull up all the options I do have. And so I could easily just click on it and it'll automatically log me in. And when it comes to credit cards, as you can see on my screen, if I need to place an order, it is going to show me the options of cards that I could pull from. I could label all the cards to make it really easy to identify. And let's say, for example, your client is giving you a card or you're giving one of your team members card information, you could just put it in here and that way it is secure and safe all the time. No more having to remember to go back to a specific text message, whether it was on iMessage or it was WhatsApp or it was on a direct message on Instagram or somewhere else for you to get this information. And then you could just click and then it'll ask you, are you sure you want to add that information there? And then you could confirm. And let me show you another great example of how you generate a brand new password with ease. So let's say I'm signing up for this account here. I'll just add in my info, then I'll add in an email. And then from here, when it comes to password, check this out. So I just click and it'll auto generate a password for me. You can see Google's password thing from something else is kind of getting in here somehow. But anyway, that's old. Take a look here. I'll click on this. It'll autofill both. And now check this out. This is a really good use case. I have a ton of accounts with Get Rewardful because it's an affiliate program, and these are all different tools I use. So it's saying, do you want to update an existing item? In this case, no. I want to create a new item. And that new item, you could see all these different great features that I could come in here and edit the information in case it didn't pull something. Sometimes there's multiple pages for a login screen, so it might not pull the email, but it has access to your emails, so you could just easily add it in. It's so easy. I'll show you in a second. And then you could specify where it goes. In this case, I could click in and it has David Alex team. It has this baptized team. And then I had another one before that I removed. Let me just highlight a few things. First, you can see there are different workspaces. That means you can have as many accounts as you want in your 1Password. I know, it's super meta, but it's so valuable. Next, you can see I have private. This is really valuable. These are accounts that I just saved that my team doesn't need access to, but I just need for myself. Next, from there, you could see different vaults that I have built: admin, content management, framer, and a few more. These are all different groups of people on my team that will need access to different accounts. So in this case, this is gonna stay as private, and I'll click edit just to show you this experience. Again, you can see here all the options. It has pulled the website URL as well. So anytime you go to that website, it's already gonna know the info, so it could autofill it. Then from here, any kind of extra information, and in this case, this is extra. I don't necessarily need it to remember that. In most cases, I just leave it, but I'm showing you, it's very easy just to be like, no, all good. All I need is this, this, and this. And also, because I get so many accounts with this tool, what I'll end up doing is writing something like this and just saying, hey, this is for ClearScope specifically, so that when I search my 1Password later, it's really easy for me to find it. And final note before I hit save here, the thing worth highlighting is, let's say you're creating a new account for your video editing team or whoever. As soon as you create it, if they have access to the vault and you save it to that specific vault, they're gonna get access to the account. That is honestly magical. So easy, you don't have to overthink it. It's all done for you. This is why 1Password is not just a place to save login information. It is actually a way to operate your business. And as you can see, 1Password works across all tools, all devices, whether Apple's or Windows, with all logins. So if you need a passkey, you could use that with 1Password. Or if you need a way to save an address with a credit card, you could do that as well. Or if you even need to add in custom fields to save those as well, you can do that as well. I know, it's a lot, but it's amazing because it's so easy. Now, the last note I will say on my user experience is that I use the desktop app a ton. I have it in the Chrome extension, and I also have the actual desktop app on both of my computers. I also have the mobile app, but I honestly rarely use it because I don't log into a ton of accounts on my phone. But if I do need one of these advanced passwords, because all of my passwords are different, they're all advanced, and I honestly don't know any of them, I'm able to quickly and easily get access to them on my phone. Now, one more thing I do want to say that's really changed my life in a powerful way, and it might sound a little bit morbid, but it's worth talking about, and I think it's really important, is I've given access to specific people in my family that I trust a lot into my 1Password account. God forbid something terrible happen, my family has access into my account, which means they could get into my banking accounts, my subscriptions, any important government accounts, anything with my LLC or businesses. Now, you definitely have to have family you trust for this to work, but that gives me peace of mind that if anything were to happen and they need to get into my accounts and I'm not there to help them do that, they know how. To me, that's worth its weight in gold. Paying $5 or $10 a month for a tool like this, even $20 a month, is so cheap in comparison to the value that provides me, my family, my team, and everyone I work with. And on that note, let's talk about pricing. Now, 1Password is not free, but if you have enough money to spend on this, I highly recommend it. I actually wouldn't want to use a free tool to secure all my account information. It's kind of actually funny to me that we want to use the free tools like Google or Apple when the most secure is going to be the one that actually charges you because they have an obligation to give you the best experience. Plus, with a 20-year track record, I don't know what else to say. Anyway, when it comes to personal use, you could see on the screen, it starts at $2.99 per month. And that's gonna give you unlimited passwords, items, and devices with the full security architecture that I mentioned earlier. If you do need a little bit more, which this is so affordable, you could have a family plan at $4.99 per month. And that means you can get 5 people into your family plan, and you could share vaults, everyone gets their own private vault, and you could easily share passwords between family members. So this is great if you need to share things as simple as a Netflix login or things more complex like your bank accounts. Next up is for business, and this is the Team Starter Pack. This starts at $20 per month for up to 10 users, and this is what I specifically use for my business. So for $1.99 a month, you get shared vaults, admin controls, and the ability to grant or revoke access instantly. Now, if you do need to go all the way in and you need the best, most robust system, check out the business plan, which starts at $7.99 per user per month. And yes, that is a bit more expensive than other options out there, but you're gonna get advanced admin controls, integrations, and security features that are really important for larger teams. Plus, don't forget to use that promo link down below to get a special deal, especially if you're signing up for the business plan. Now, when it comes to looking at the competitors, we want to look at price, and overall, 1Password is more expensive than some of the other tools out there. And the reality is this though, NordPass is cheaper, Bitwarden is free. Now, this is my take on it. When it comes to giving access to accounts that have your credit card information or sensitive information like your CRM, and giving access to different people and different team members to all these things, saving $1 or $2 per month on something as critical as all of this security is something to really pay attention to. Is it worth it? 1Password over 20 years, never been breached. The security architecture with the secret key is stronger than any other competitor. Plus, honestly, I showed you the user experience and it's surprisingly delightful and easy to use. For me, this is the premium experience when it comes to password management. Now, I tested a bunch of these tools like LastPass, Dashlane, Bitwarden, NordPass. They are all decent options. But here's why I choose 1Password. Bitwarden is great if it's for an individual, but not for businesses. Dashlane is really similar in price to 1Password, but it doesn't have travel mode, and their cross-platform experience is not as seamless. Also, a feature that we did not talk about, the Watchtower feature in 1Password, is more comprehensive for monitoring security breaches. NordPass is cheaper, but the dual layer security I mentioned earlier with 1Password is worth its weight in gold. And yes, NordPass is cheaper, but if I had to pick between the two, personally, I choose 1Password again and again. And if you are watching this video and you need enterprise grade security, especially if you are managing a team with a lot of sensitive data, paying the extra $12 per year is worth it. In this industry, track records matter. So when it comes to LastPass, they got breached before. And so for me, that's an automatic no. Plus, I really think their individual and family plans are great ways for anyone watching this video to be able to start and use a tool like this to secure all their passwords, make them more complex so they don't get hacked, and make it so easy to remember because they're all saved in one place. So after 3 years of using this daily, here is my take. 1Password is the most reliable, secure password manager for anyone running a business or just trying to manage your family accounts better. You will never lose an account or lose a login with 1Password because they're all in there. The ability to grant and revoke access instantly, plus the unique travel mode feature and the security architecture I mentioned earlier, makes it worth every penny. If you're still using browser saved passwords, texting logins to your team, or reusing password across accounts, you're taking unnecessary risks. For less than a few dollars a month, you could have the security and the confidence that your accounts are taken care of. Don't forget to use that link down below to get started today. It'll help support my channel. And with that, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.